Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to cover an important maintenance task for small engines, like those found in lawnmowers, chainsaws, and other outdoor equipment, inspecting a Magneto-Type ignition coil. A faulty ignition coil can lead to starting issues and poor engine performance, so let's get started. What is a Magneto-Type ignition coil? A magneto-ignition coil generates the electrical energy needed to create a spark in the engine's combustion chamber. It's critical for starting the engine and ensuring it runs smoothly. Tools you'll need: screwdriver, flathead or Phillips, multimeter, insulation resistance tester, optional, safety gloves, safety first. Before we begin, make sure your equipment is turned off and disconnected from any power source. If you're working on a small engine, remove the spark plug wire to avoid accidental starts. Access the ignition coil. Locate the ignition coil on your engine. It's usually mounted near the flywheel. Depending on your equipment, you may need to remove the engine cover or other components to access the coil. Visual inspection. Once you have access, perform a visual inspection of the ignition coil. Look for any signs of physical damage, such as cracks, corrosion, or burnt areas. Also, check the wiring for any frays or loose connections. Testing the coil with a multimeter. Next, we'll use a multimeter to test the coil's resistance. Set your multimeter to the ohms setting. Disconnect the wires from the ignition coil, and then measure the resistance between the primary terminals, the small terminals. You should see a reading within the manufacturer's specifications, usually found in your owner's manual. Check the secondary resistance. Now, measure the resistance between the secondary terminal, the larger terminal, and one of the primary terminals. Again, compare the reading to the specifications. If the readings are outside the recommended range, it may indicate a faulty coil that needs replacement. Optional insulation test. If you have an insulation resistance tester, you can also check for insulation breakdown. Connect the tester to the coil and look for a reading indicating good insulation. Any significant drop may suggest the coil is bad. Reassemble and test. Once you've finished inspecting the coil, reattach any components you removed. Reconnect the spark plug wire and start the engine to see if it runs smoothly. If you still have issues, it might be time to replace the ignition coil. Conclusion, and that's it. You've successfully inspected a Magneto-Type ignition coil. Regular maintenance like this can help keep your equipment running efficiently. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more DIY tips. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.